Herodes Atticus, or Atticus Herodes, was a distinguished and rich Greek aristocrat and sophist who served as a Roman senator, appointed consul at Rome in 143. He was the first Greek to hold the rank of consul ordinarius, as opposed to consul suffectus. In Latin, his full name was given as Lucius Vibullius Hipparchus Tiberius Claudius Atticus Herodes. According to Philostratus, Herodes Atticus was a notable proponent of the Second Sophistic. M.I. Finlay described Herodes Atticus as patron of the arts and letters, public benefactor on an imperial scale, not only in Athens but elsewhere in Greece and Asia Minor, holder of many important posts, friend and kinsman of emperors. Ancestry and family. Herodes Atticus was a Greek of Athenian descent. His ancestry could be traced to the Athenian noblewoman Elpinice, a half-sister of the statesman Cimon and daughter of politician Miltiades the Younger. He claimed lineage from the Athenian king Theseus, the Athenian monarch Scrops, King Aeacus and the god Zeus. He had an ancestor 4 generations removed from him called Polychamus, who may have been the Archon of Athens of that name from 9/8 BC minus 22/23. His family bore the Roman family name Claudius. There is a possibility that a paternal ancestor of his received Roman citizenship from an unknown member of the Claudian gens. Herodes Atticus was born to a distinguished and very rich family of consular rank. His parents were a Roman senator, Tiberius Claudius Atticus Herodes, and the wealthy heiress Vibullius Agrippina. He had a brother named Tiberius Claudius Atticus Herodianus and a sister named Claudia Tisamenus. His maternal grandparents were Claudia Ulcia and Lucius Vibullius Rufus, while his paternal grandfather was Hipparchus. His parents were related as uncle and niece. His maternal grandmother and his father were sister and brother. His maternal uncle Lucius Vibullius Hipparchus was an archon of Athens in the years 99 to 100, and his maternal cousin, Publius Aelius Vibullius Rufus, was an archon of Athens between 143 to 144. Life. Herodes Atticus was born in Marathon, Greece, and spent his childhood years between Greece and Italy. According to Juvenal Satire 3, he received an education in rhetoric and philosophy from many of the best teachers from both Greek and Roman culture. Throughout his life, however, Herodes Atticus remained entirely Greek in his cultural outlook. The Roman Emperor Hadrian in 125 appointed him prefect of the free cities in the Roman province of Asia. He later returned to Athens, where he became famous as a teacher. In the year 140, Herodes Atticus was elected and served as an archon of Athens. Later in 140, the Roman Emperor Antoninus Pius invited him to Rome from Athens to educate his 2 adopted sons, who were the future Roman emperors Marcus Aurelius and Lucius Verus. Sometime after Herodes Atticus came to Rome from Athens, he was betrothed to Aspasia and Eurasia, a wealthy aristocrat, who was related to the wife of Antoninus Pius, Empress Faustina the Elder. When Regia and Herodes Atticus married, she was 14 years old and he was 40. As Herodes Atticus was in favor with the emperor, as a mark of his friendship, Antoninus Pius appointed him consul in 143. Herodes Atticus and Regia controlled a large area of land around the 3rd mile of the Appian Way outside Rome, which was known as the Triopio. For his remaining years he traveled between Greece and Italy. Sometime after his consulship, he returned to Greece with his wife and the children. Herodes Atticus was the teacher of three notable students, Achilles, Memnon and Polyeuctus. The aged Herodes Atticus, in a public paroxysm of despair at the death of his Mabia Romanos Polydukes, commissioned games, inscriptions and sculptures on a lavish scale and then died, inconsolable, shortly afterwards. Herodes Atticus had a distinguished reputation for his literary work, most of which is now lost, and was a philanthropist and patron of public works. He funded a number of building projects, including a stadium, Athens, Odeon, Athens, a theatre at Corinth, a stadium at Delphi, the baths at Thermopylae, an aqueduct at Canossium in Italy, an aqueduct at Alexandria Troas, a nymphaeum with his wife at Olympia, various benefactions to the peoples of Thessaly, Epirus, Euboea, Boeotia and Peloponnesus. Throughout his life, Herodes Atticus had a stormy relationship with the citizens of Athens, but before he died he was reconciled with them. When he died, the citizens of Athens gave him an honored burial, his funeral taking place in the Panathinaikos Stadium in Athens, which he had commissioned. Children. Regia bore Herodes Atticus 6 children, of whom 3 survived to adulthood. The children were, son Claudius, born and died in 141, daughter Elpinice, born as Appia Annia Claudia Attilia Regia Elpinice Agrippina Atria Polla 142–165, daughter Athenae, born as Marcia Annia Claudia Alcia Athena Gavidia Latiria 143–161, son Atticus Bradua, born as Tiberius Claudius Mark Appius Attilius Bradua Regulus Atticus, born 145, son Regulus, born as Tiberius Claudius Herodes Lucius Vibullius Regulus 150–155, unnamed child who died with Regia, died even perhaps 3 months later in 160. After Regia died in 160, Herodes Atticus never married again. When he died in 177, his son Atticus Bradua and her children survived him. Sometime after his wife's death, he adopted his cousin's first grandson Lucius Vibullius Claudius Herodes as his son. Legacy. Herodes Atticus and Regia from the 2nd century until the present have been considered great benefactors in Greece, in particular in Athens. The couple are commemorated in Herodes Atticus Street and Regulus Street and Square, in downtown Athens. In Rome, the names are also recorded on modern streets in the Quarto Emilio suburb close to the area of the Triopio.